And now with us we have two Bronx Journal reporters, Andrea Diaz and Desiree Taveras, who are going to join us in questioning the commissioner. Welcome, ladies, to the program. You have
Thank
questions for the commissioner. Desiree, why don't you start?
Okay, my first question is, how will the city be affected by the immigration legislation that's being considered in Washington?
Well, clearly, we have approximately 12 million undocumented people in the country. And no matter what happens, they're not going to pick up and leave. So, and it's clear that we have a broken system that really doesn't recognize the contribution at this point that these new Americans make to the economy of this country. And I believe that, and the mayor believes, that we need to address this issue by having comprehensive immigration reform that first of all allows for those who have been contributing to the economy of this country and have been playing by the rules to have the opportunity to a path to legalization and eventually be permanent resident and citizen of this country. And the other thing is that right now we have limitations in terms of attracting workforce from other parts of the country to meet the demands that the workforce of this country has, and that needs to change as well. And of course, we need to secure the border, as every country needs to do, and we need to enforce the law so that there's no exploitation of those who come here looking to improve themselves. So comprehensive immigration reform is a must for our country and for our city, when our share of undocumented New Yorkers that are helping our economy and helping our city is about 500,000. So anything that would address immigration reform will have a positive impact. And plus, it undermines the interests of this country and of this city and state when you are aggressively pursuing people who are helping you and you pushing them into the shadow. You put at risk the safety of all New Yorkers and of this country, and you also are putting at risk the health of this country and the city.
Andrea, question.
Part of this new deal says that immigrants will have to give up family reunification in favor of job skills. So how family reunification is going to be affected by the new agreement?
Well, you know, as we speak, there is now a serious debate, and there are serious efforts that are going on at the federal level in the Senate, and then following that in the lower house, the Congress, to try to come to a consensus or agreement on both bipartisan, both Democrat and Republicans, with the administration to come up with comprehensive reform that is something that we've been pushing. The devil is in detail, as the saying goes, and it is our hope, first of all, that whatever agreement takes place will create a path for legalization for the 12 million people who are here. It is our hope that the security of our borders is also enhanced. It is also our hope that the changes on immigration will allow for legal workers to come here legally and address the needs that the workforce demands have. In terms of what this will end up in with emphasis on skills and levels of education that people who would apply for visas will have versus family connection. This has been the policy that has driven the immigration laws up to this point, that family is really in the forefront. I believe that the source of the agreement that it is moving forward right now, and I don't know how it will end up, seems to be a shift in terms and a focus on educational levels and skills that individuals that want to become permanent resident would have to present. And I don't know what that will look like until we're able to look at the fine lines of what gets negotiated. So it's a little premature to say, but I would be concerned if there is not in place a process that allows families to be reunited when they're often divided and waiting back in their home country.
That's right.
As you know, employers are hiring undocumented immigrants as workers against the law, and well, some of these employers are exploiting them by paying them minimum wage. Is the city involved in this, or is this just a federal issue?
Well, it is enforcement of federal laws. Immigration laws is a federal matter, but there are state laws that that also have oversight of workers, of employers, and in terms of complying with the law at the state level. At the city level, we also have laws that protect workers. And so we have laws that mandate with the Human Rights Commission, for example, where you cannot be discriminated, as an example, and based on your immigration status in your place of employment or in housing, for example. So we do have laws at the local level that protect the rights of immigrant New Yorkers, regardless of whether they have documentation or not. And there are other laws that protect New Yorkers in general, which also protect immigrant New Yorkers regardless. And so there are consumer laws that would protect you if you're undocumented and someone provides a service, for example, where they're doing immigration service and they are really defrauding you and not really providing the service, they could easily pay stiff penalties.
These are the people that are normally referred to as the notarios.
As the notarios.
Notary publics who are doing immigration
Exactly.
work.
We have a law that was created precisely in the city of New York to protect immigrant New Yorkers from such type of fraud to which they have been exposed. And so those laws are fully in place. And now whoever provides immigration services have to get a license from the city of New York to do so. So those are examples of how immigrant New Yorkers that are undocumented can be protected as well.
Andrea, time for one more quick question.
But whatever you said right now, but do you think that undocumented immigrants are going to be scared to go to officials and talk to them about like being having a fraud from different companies or places?
Well, this is a good question, and I answer in a general way. One of the biggest, we want immigrant New Yorkers to know that they can access without fear any service that we have available, including protection when they feel that somebody is really defrauding them. And so part of our job is to really work with the leadership of immigrant communities, religious leaders, civic leaders, and business leaders to make sure that they understand that they should have no fear to approach the police or any agency that enforces the law to help them. And this is very important because, the worst thing that can happen is that you be afraid when you should not be afraid.
Okay, when we come back, two other Bronx Journal reporters will join us to ask questions of Commissioner Linares. We'll be right back.